All right, so now one of my favorite meals, homemade chicken pot pie. Okay, so we're gonna start by putting a little oil in our pan. We're gonna start sauteing our onions and our celery. We'll add some salt and pepper to that. And our poultry seasoning. We're gonna let that sweat down for a while, and then we'll make our roux and then our gravy. Okay, so we're gonna continue on by making our roux. We're gonna add in a couple tablespoons of butter. Let that melt out. Do a 1/4 cup of flour. Just gonna make our roux and then we're gonna make our gravy. All right, once we get our butter and our flour incorporated, we're gonna add in just some canned chicken broth. You can do chicken bouillon, canned chicken broth, or the chicken broth in the quart containers, anything, whatever is the cheapest. The chicken broth was fairly cheap. It was on sale, so I just decided to go with it. I'm going to add a can of that in. Switch to the whisk, as you can see. Break that all up. Once that gets nice and thick and our butter and our flour have cooked out to nice and smooth, we'll add in our half and half. And then I've got some potatoes that I have small diced here. Again, peel on. Why peel them? And then I also have our chicken. The pulled rotisserie chicken that we did earlier. So as you can see, our flour is starting to get cooked out of here. It's getting to be nice and smooth. So we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients in. We're just gonna mix all together and let it simmer for a bit. Okay, so when our potatoes are halfway done cooking, that's when we want to assemble our pot pie, okay? Gotta make sure the potatoes are halfway done. That way they get cooked the rest of the way in the oven while you're baking your pie crust. So we're just gonna spoon all this in. You wanna get a nice deep dish pie pan, okay? That way you know you get plenty of stuff in there, okay? Next, we're just gonna use a store-bought pie crust. You just need one. Save the other one for a nice cherry pie, apple pie, blueberry pie. All right, so you're just gonna unroll this and then you're gonna re-roll it back on top, and then we're gonna put some slits in it to allow the air to escape so you get a nice level crust. It doesn't cause it to rise up while it's baking. We'll get that done up and we'll pop this in the oven. So while our pot pie is working, we're gonna whip up our salad. We're also gonna get some more dinner rolls baking in the oven. Those will go in right before we take the pot pie out, so everything comes out nice and hot. All right, so we're gonna got a head of romaine lettuce here. Now, everything that I'm putting in this salad goes in our wraps for tomorrow night. We already have our chicken pulled for those wraps, so you are more than welcome to cut enough tonight for both of those meals, as I'm going to do now. However, if you're pressed for time, you can do the wrapped vegetables tomorrow night when you actually make the wraps. But I like to, since I'm making a mess with the cutting board and rinsing everything, yes, always rinse your produce. Because I'm making the mess already, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut enough for both. So that's for our salad. And I'm gonna save this for our wraps for tomorrow night. And then I've got some diced tomatoes I already did and some cucumbers. I diced some of those up for the wraps. And then I got nice slices for our salad here. So we're gonna kind of fan the rounds around on the salad, sprinkle a little bit of that. That's our salad for the pot pie. And we've got our vegetables ready to go for the wraps tomorrow night. Now, because our pot pie is such a hearty, rich dish, I wanted to serve the salad for the pot pie with a nice crisp vinaigrette. So next I'm going to show you how to whip up a vinaigrette using red wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, and olive oil. So the ratio is going to be 1/3 of red wine vinegar, a couple squirts of Dijon, and then you're just going to pour in the olive oil. And that'll be about 2/3 oil. Shake it up, and voila, you have instant vinaigrette in the squeeze bottle. If you don't have the squeeze bottle, just put it in any container and use a whisk to whisk it together. All right, so we just pulled our chicken pot pie out of the oven. Oh, that's a beaut. And then we have our nice salad here with the crisp vinaigrette. To serve it, just put your finger on top, give it a shake or two, then you can pour it in your bowl to serve it. And then, like I said, you can store the rest of it, just keep it stored in the bottle. And then you also have your homemade dinner rolls. So that is meal 2, bin 2.